I would just like to say, um, gotta be literally banned from choosing movies because every movie you pick is straight trash. I haven't seen one Dustin where I was like, dude, great pick on the movie this week. I've literally had a little tinkle in my pants because I was so excited to talk about it. It's more of like,
I'm gonna explain my logic in picking movies.
it's stupid.
It's not stupid, you asshole. I just pick shit that, yeah, sometimes looks like it's going to be horrible because I know I'll have lots to say. But
that's the dumbest shit ever.
I get those diamond. Well, that's what we're here to do. We're here to do a conversation. No one to hear us talk about Citizen Kane. Okay.
No, dude, but like, there's movies that are great that are being made all the time.
No,
yeah, you look at the one
not.
with the doo-doo's cover, like, hey, this looks like doo-doo. I bet this would make them real upset. I don't want to watch a movie become upset.
But that's when you get the best conversations out of you.
You know what? Some dude asked me at work, hey, Kevin, what's your favorite movie? And, I have to think, and I have my one safe answer for, like, American cinema, North America, whatever. I had to look at him, and I go, if I really tell this asshole the movie that I like, he's going to be like, what's that? And this conversation is going to go on way too long.
Oh, yeah,
and then,
for sure.
And then I just don't care anymore. And then I realize maybe I should stop saying that movie. So I say regionally, I go, well, he's not going to know what I'm saying anyway. I'm just going to say There Will Be Blood because that movie always pops up in my head occasionally because I think it's phenomenal. And he'll probably know what that is because Daniel Day-Lewis. That, and then I throw it out there. And then most of the time people go, what? And I go, I don't know. I don't know. Just Free Britney. And then they talk about something else. And I'm like, cool, great. I'm glad we're off of this. And then I leave the conversation.
While I understand why you do that, Kevin, I refuse to back down from that question. So
I do.
Well, that's fine.
I literally dodged the question.
But I pick movies, sometimes like this one, Fear Street.
1994.
Part 1, 1994. It was a request, okay? Other people wanted to know, hey, did you guys like that? The answer almost always is no. We don't like it. We don't like anything. We're jaded as fuck.
No,
we're constantly looking for diamonds in the rough. I love tons of
things.
I do too. We're just not finding any of them. Don't blame me. I'm picking from the same pool. We'll watch your pick next week. And I swear to God, if I fall asleep again like I did with Alive, ugh.
Alive. Oh, yeah.
You'll be double banned, too.
No, dude.
That movie is so boring, it took us 2 weeks to record.
No.
2 weeks.
I was reading something.
What the fuck? All right. Well, to stop you from reading something, let's movie. Fear Street Part 1, 1994. Rated R, 2021 movie. Picked up by the Netflix. Apparently this was going to go to the theater, according to one Kevin Beckham.
That told me.
It's number 3 in popularity. On its way up to number 2.
Fucking lie.
Yeah, that's what it says on this lie sheet that I'm reading. Directed by...
Try it. I'll just do the first name. Let's see if you can do it.
Leah Janik. Janik. There we go, Janik.
We'll take it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that one, actually.
She's from Ohio, if that gave you any indication.
Oh, fucking Ohio. Based on the 51 books by R.L. Stine.
Literary genius.
Well, marketing genius. Someone says he's literary genius.
You're a hater.
Listen,
no. I hate things. RL might be one of them.
He's like the kid version of Stephen King. Okay, there, I said it.
Okay,
story by... is it? Okay, it's like James Bond Jr., okay? No one's going like, fucking James Bond Jr.
James Bond Jr. Write anything.
No, I'm comparing James Bond Jr. to James Bond. One, not going on anymore. The other one, James fucking Bond.
Hey, dude, he had some video games made. James Bond Jr. did okay for himself. He had an action figure line. He chased
just like R.L. Stein did.
Dude, I don't understand these correlations or these. I'm just
saying, not everyone's going to be picking up the Fear Street books in a quarter of a century, but they'll still be talking about fucking The Shining, okay?
Yeah, dude. Anyway. That audience grew up, and this movie's for them.
Okay. Big R.L. Stein head on the show today, Kevin.
Actually, I'm not. I just don't understand why you're hating the man.
I don't hate the man. I find his writing to be very average.
Wow.
All right. I'm entitled to that opinion. Story by Kyle Killian and Phil fucking, what's your name?
Deena.
Sure. Our director, you might know her from Outcast, the TV series from one Robert Kirkman, and the Scream TV series, which explains a whole hell of a lot. Stein, the aforementioned Fear Street books, and Goosebumps, of course. And then Kyle here, he's writing some of that Halo TV series coming to Paramount Plus in 2022. And The Beaver with Mel, I Hate Everyone, and I'm a pretty bad dude, Gibson.
That movie wasn't terrible, so.
But fuck that guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the movie, dude. I didn't mind the movie.
All right, that's fine. But let's talk about this movie, based on some characters and whatnot from the Fear Street books, I guess.
Everyone's like, yeah, dude, we fucking get it. Talk about the movie.
I'd rather talk about Josh, who I know from Game Shakers, a Nickelodeon show that was horrible.
Josh.
Yeah. The stepbrother, I guess, is what he is, or half brother. I don't know. The brother.
Oh, the dude I thought was beaten off on the computer, but he's actually
he was definitely beaten off. He's like, this is a private conversation between me and my penis.
Can you speak to the microphone, sir?
He's just like, hey, well, forever.
Yeah, and then, like, the sister was on the phone, but he was still chatting. I was like, check your fucking science on this.
I was like, come on. You were so 90s on everything else, but you couldn't fucking get the phone call disconnect? Come on.
Dude.
I was like, this fucking family that's got no parents, they can afford 2 phone lines? Is that what you're fucking telling me? I don't think so.
In 1994. Where were their parents? Where was
Kevin, don't get me started on the lack of any adult supervision within this entire town. Dude, it's so animated, it hurts.
People in this
other animes are just like, hey, Jesus Christ, we at least got a couple fucking people that look like adults in this shit. It's like, kids rule the fucking planet. No wonder there's murders going on here. That's not where our
fucking kid president, kid sheriff.
He's like, I'm elected mayor of this shithole town. There'll be twice as many murders. They're just like, boo! That's what the last guy said. There was the same amount. He's just like,
I get it. It's a pre-tween book, but like, in every adult's a bad person that just don't get it. They got sticks up their asses because they pay taxes.
There's only 3 adults until the end, and there's a 4th one. Oh, I take that back. There's two. There's 2 cameo adults.
There's the
town mayor.
Town mayor, but no, he's for the other town, so everything's dope over there.
Yeah. The football coach for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We don't even see a bus driver.
No, that bus is it's one of those autonomous buses.
Yeah, in 94. We have.
I told you the science is fucked in this movie.
Officer Good and Deputy Dipshit.
Yeah.
We got Nurse Betty.
We had some old like and creeper dude.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to bag on the man, but wait.
In the hospital?
Yeah, Nurse Betty?
Yeah.
Or a different guy?
Well, I was trying to describe him, and you were just like, Betty! Like the book.
It's just... that character raised a lot of, like, there's inclusion, and then there's, oops, we should probably have consulted with someone, you know? I feel like that one was that. Like, ooh, I don't think this is coming off the way you thought it would. Really don't think so. And then we had Nurse, I'm just going to call her Jumbo Titties. And she don't do shit.
As we bring up inclusion.
Hey, man, Jumbo Titties need to be included, too. All right? I am all for Jumbo Titties.
We couldn't tell that sentence if you're pro or...
Oh, no, I'm definitely pro Jumbo Titties.
Right.
I'm pro titties, Kevin. Why wouldn't I be pro?
I want jumbo titties. I want their back to hurt every time. So
hey, man.
I appreciate it.
They can adjust those titties however they want, but I will still appreciate them.
Yeah, they know that, dude. Their back hurts.
I'll help support. But like, let me help out.
Till another pair of jumbo titties come along, and then you're off.
Well, I gotta go help these jumbo titties too. You know what? Could you guys just walk together here? I'll just do bookshelf arms. There we go. This fucking should have skipped arm day for like 40 years. Anyway, we're in, I don't know, the Sunnydale Mall or something.
Oh, dude, we're in
Sunnydale.
What's Shadyside?
Shadyside Mall, but I thought we were in Sunnyvale Mall. No, Shadyside Mall.
Dude, the murders. Oh, fuck, bro. Like
we're in the mall, man. We're in B. Dalton.
Dude.
What?
Heather Watkins, the B. Dalton clerk.
Who cares about her name?
She didn't count that till out. She just didn't close anything. Her recovery was shit, but no one bought anything.
Wasn't she selling a Fear Street book?
Some crotchety old Karen comes up and she's like, "Hey, I'm buying this." She's like, "Oh, it's a great series." She's like, "I think it's shit in a bag, but I'm buying it for my adolescent
shitty stepdaughter."
Yeah, dildo bomber stepdaughter. And the chick was like, "Yeah, okay." And then somewhere the editor was like, "I heard motherfuckers like the 90s. Here comes the most erratic music bed you've ever heard. Are you listening?" I'm like, "Dude, if you change this music bed one more time, I'm going to turn this movie off and throw myself down some stairs. I hate it so much." Dustin, you don't know a lot about me when it comes to music, but maybe you do. I did not like pop music in the 90s. I fucking hated it. I was finding my own music. I was going into the underground. I was buying shit no one could pronounce or say, and I felt fucking cool.
But Kevin, she loved the Melvins and the Pixies.
I don't. So I was like, I extra don't like this. I was on my musical discovery, and I didn't like any of that shit. And this movie was like, "I hope you loved all that shit." And I was like, "Please stop it. Please stop it. It's so erratic, and it makes no sense. You're playing it for like 5 seconds."
Yeah, it was just like shifting genres, and
it was all
just
over
hitting
the place.
All this, like, it felt like MTV in a way where it was just like, why did you follow this song with that other song? That's a hard shift tonality. Like, and they were just like, "Oh, we know."
Like the music's supposed to help carry the moment or just emphasize something or help tell a story where no one speaks and the music does it all and we all relate because it's doing such a great job.
This was like, remember the 90s?
No, this was like, hey, I'm flipping through a 90s radio station. You still with me? You still with me, viewer? You still with me, listener? You lost me? Okay, cool. 105. Fuck.
Yeah, it was more like KBBPI. Oh, God.
Try it again this time.
KBPI, Rock the Rock. I'm not getting a job. I mean, they're out of business, too. So
it was like 93.3 or whatever.
Oh, no, that's still going.
No, that was more of their... They were playing like Bush and shit. I was like, "Oh God, please, someone ice pick my ears."
What I had a problem with this is her sales pitch to the woman who's buying the book already is pointless. And then the woman walks away like, "I don't give a fuck, you dumb teenager." And she's just like, "Have a nice day." And then just like middle finger blaring. I was just like,
Heather's punk as fuck.
She is not.
See, Heather's realized, and I really want to talk about Heather the most because she's probably the one they told to act natural. And she was like, the acting part's going to fuck me up because I don't know how to do it. And I was like, she's awful.
They're all pretty awful. But
no, Heather almost had me turning it off, Dustin. And I was like, we're picking something else. And then when she gets murked, I was like, whew, disaster, diverta.
Oh, I was wrong because this other guy, he won't stop talking.
She's like pretty much awful. she goes outside because she hears like the spooky, and then the phone rings, or excuse me, the phone rings first, and then it's Ryan over at the Spencer's Gift with a blow up doll, just slow and
Yeah.
low, taking care of himself real quick.
Yeah, I was just like, God, movie, save some for me to hate.
Yeah, man, he should have just been chewing on dirty panties or something. Like, look how
Seriously.
raunchy Ryan gets.
I was
And
like, also, I was like, this is the 90s. How come all these teenagers are closing up on them? Who's closing up by themselves? And the malls still have a 2-person closing rule. Thank you very much, 90s. fucking teens all alone. I was like, I don't care how shitty this fucking.
they should have called the movie that
store-
Teens All Alone.
Yeah, seriously. Teens All Alone, Part 1, 1994.
Jesus Christ. What's a parent? Part 2.
But I don't care how shitty this town is. Fucking corporate B. Dalton is
We
going to be
still
like,
got protocol.
yeah, have fucking one teenager under 18 close up the B. Dalton over in Shittyville. So,
Yeah, I'm looking at the forecast this week. You got a Krusty Heather, man. She's not moving the merchandise at all. She's giving people the bird. She's closing up early. She's not even closing the drop gate.
why is fucking Fairweather Heather here in charge of your closing up on Wednesday nights? You know that's our big release day. She ain't fucking pushing books. She ain't pushing nothing. Push my fucking limits, or my patience to the limits.
That's sir, we get it. We're gonna have to drop the call because you're annoying to you listeners.
But yeah, so she meets up
Well,
with.
Yeah, Ryan calls. She's like, "Girl, what you doing closing?" She's like, "You know how I do, Playboy." And they're just like, "Tee hee." So she goes out in front of her store. He pops up with a horrible, like, spooky jump scare thing,
Oh, this
and
fucking,
he's like,
the
"Here's
first
some."
half hour is just horrible jump scares. Where I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you got me."
he hits her
Oh,
with the orange Julius, and I was like, "Well, that would have won me over." And I'm serious as fuck. And then
I'm pretty sure that's normal soda.
it
Unfortunately,
was orange Julius, dude. She drops it, and it's got to be 90s in the mall. We need
okay,
all
but it
these
yeah,
boxes checked.
fine.
But when you see it on the floor, it does not look like orange Julius. And I call bullshit. Get your science right.
The science of Fear Street.
So they have like a little, hey, I'm really into you. Hey, you're just this weird creeper dude that works at the bong store. And he's like, yeah, I know we got blow up dolls too, and like black light weed posters. She's like, yeah, man, I get it.
I've been into a Spencer's. Thank you. You haven't changed since the 90s.
I do need a ride home because I ain't trying to walk. And he's like, girl, I got you. Well, let's wrap up at 5. Then she goes back to.
He's like, I just gotta clean up this fucking blow up doll with my tongue.
She's like, whoa, creeper. But seriously, I need a ride. She goes to walk away, and it's just like, hey, there, you suck. He's like, what'd you say? I didn't say anything, creeper. You're hearing stuff because curses. And he's like, cool.
Don't worry, we'll explain it in a very long montage with more 90s music.
They separate, and then the jump scare was actually the janitor that came by, and he's like, what's up, dudes? And you're like, oh, red herring much? Stupid movie.
Yeah, I loved his involvement in the movie. They're like, let's cut to him 3-4 times, maybe.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
he's the only guy I recognized from something. I was like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I wonder when he's going to do anything.
You get this like random like books falling. She's scared. Oh, what's going on? Stop goofing around, Ryan. We know you're a goofy, so it always has to be you. I'm like, can we try not to have these like stereotypical archetypes come into the movie? Let's just do something different. Can we? No, fuck it.
No.
So then Ghostface shows up. It's just the skull version. He has the hood on, and she jumps and dives and scrambles and gets away. She ends up going to the Spencers looking for Ryan. He's nowhere to be found. She goes to grab a phone. Doesn't know how to use 911. Gives up on that shit immediately. Like she's like, I need help.
He's like 35 feet away. She could have been like, I'm at the fucking mall. Someone's trying to kill me with a knife. And that's it. That's all she had to say. Instead, she was just like, throws it and is just like, I'll hide in the black lights.
Yeah. And then there's all these spooky, blow up dolls and spooky skeleton masks.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't. She's looking at the front. I was like, well, he's already teleported in because horror movie. And it's like,
Yeah.
you don't sense there's someone behind you. You can't hear this motherfucker breathing. You can't. What are you doing exactly? I don't
You
know.
feel his stiffy from the blow up dolls.
Exactly, dude. That thing should smell like
That wasn't a handlebar that you grabbed onto when you stood up.
dude, it should smell like dirty underwear and boy farts in there.
Smells like teenage pubescence over here. Oh, hey, Ryan. You here to kill
Oh,
me?
that's just a cologne that Spencer sells.
Yeah. It's called
So
Axe. It's going to be real popular soon.
you wait. So like she grazes his boner, he grabs her from behind, slices her stomach, and I'm like, oh, she's fucked. Her testicles are gonna fall out. Right? It's only a flesh wound. So we do the running thing some more, and she's just fucking hitting him with shit. And I was like, you just hit him with a lava lamp? Like all of a sudden, your big dick Heather just fucking shit up, and or whatever.
Yeah, doesn't she do which this movie loved doing, like I think at least twice, the blow up doll in the fucking changing room or something, and he like stabs that or some shit.
Yeah, he like tricks him or something.
She
I don't
tricks
know.
him, yeah, and then she hits him with a something.
I think it was a
dumb.
lava lamp.
Oh
And
yeah, it was a lava lamp because it's the '90s.
yeah,
They
it's
were
'cause
like,
it's the
lava
90s.
lamps are back, everybody.
Yeah, dude. Where's her
We don't know
Rastafarian
why.
beanie, and like fucking tread sewed into the beanie. I don't know. Yeah,
Hemp
yeah,
is it's very natural and organic, and
you had
it's
to
more
be there.
durable.
So they bolt out. She
Why
runs
your
past.
eyes red, hippie? Well, sorry, she bolts out.
Still got this Jamaican joke going, or what's happening right now?
This is like a '90s pothead reference.
So some old dude just got knifed all to shit, and she's like, knife dude got knifed all to old dude shit. Fuck.
That guy's been knifing a lot.
Yeah, I was like, that was that why he was so late getting into the Spencer's gift?
Yeah, it was.
But he catches up with her basically and tackles her, stabs her. She rips the mask off. Oh, it's Ryan. And then this fucking sheriff, no good, big balls comes in.
No,
One
hold
shot.
on. You gotta say the line. She's like, Ryan, it's me. Like he fucking couldn't see her with the mask on or something.
It's like, oh,
It's like,
Heather,
yeah, I know, dumb fuck.
Heather, I know. Like, what are you dumb?
Heather, have you fucking had to work with you? I hate driving you home. It's always
Heather.
about your dad and your mom and blah blah blah. Drinking problem. I know. I get it.
I had to kill her. So this cop just comes in, shoots from the hip, don't ask any questions. He just saw Heather get stabbed for the last time. And Ryan's off to fucking body bag land because he gets one shotted. And they're just laying there bleeding together. And then I'm forced to read a bunch of newspapers.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
it's
this is
just
where
like,
you missed the first scene that the scene that you like with the toy boy, like just head whacking someone. They show it in this scene.
oh yeah,
That's
I
the
must have
first
been
time
not
to see
paying attention because I kind of started drifting off.
It's easy to miss because you're just like, wow, this is the whole town's history. You're gonna give that to me in just the very riveting news articles, huh?
Yeah, because
Yes.
there's
This is what
apparently
people come to movies to do: read small print.
trilogy, right? So 1978's come as the second one, and there's this little man
77?
boy with a stick.
We're not
and-
getting that movie. That's only if
No,
these ones funny.
It's already out. What are you fucking talking about? They filmed
They
these
were-
all at the same time or some shit.
I know there's 78 and 1666. We're not getting the Toy Boy one.
What are you talking about, dude? They show that in the camping trailer for the second one.
That's just because they talk about all the different killers. We're not getting the movie about that guy.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That's the only thing I
Okay.
liked is what I was trying to express. And I hope these bomb. They're terrible.
They're on Netflix and number 2 in popularity, number 3 in popularity, number 2 by the time we're
making
done.
up numbers, everyone. They're
It
all
says
over the-
popularity 3, and it's going up.
Netflix is going to tell you whatever they want to make you watch
This is-
whatever they want.
This is
Right.
IMDb. It's only behind Black Widow and The Tomorrow War, which I call bullshit on that one because that's Amazon, and this is Amazon.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, these 3 movies aren't being F9, the Fast Saga.
Huh?
Fast and Furious 9.
So after a bunch of reading,
A lot.
you just really get this whole Shadyside, Ohio is a dump. People get murdered there all the time, yet people continue to populate this area. Like, leave, like, move the fuck out.
They can't. They're like cursed or something. But meanwhile, the town next to them is thriving.
It's
Is doing
Sunnyvale,
amazing.
and they stay
Buffy
balling.
Summers is there. She's like, I'm fucking slaying vampires.
She's slaying Poon, man. Everybody's a winner over there because you can leave, Dustin, because the stupid Sam girl moved out and she left with her fake ass mom for her fake ass life. Quote, the main girl, Deena.
Hey, you're jumping ahead.
Hey, man, I'm quoting real recognizes real. So
Ain't nothing real about Deena.
the whole logic and stupid shit of this movie, it's just like, leave. I don't care. It's like the stupid superhero thing. Oh, my city gets destroyed every other. Leave. Like,
Leave. No one's making you move here. The rent's
is
probably
Gotham
expensive.
is Gotham really that dope? Like, you just got to be like, I just love putting it on the mail
I mean,
and my
in the-
driver's license so everybody knows I live at Gotham.
I mean, in the daylight, it's really a quite beautiful city. You know, I mean, the architecture is amazing.
Yeah, it's just like, move.
I love neo-Gothic. What can I say?
In your teens, run away. I want to see that story. Run away. I want to see you on the mean streets. Let's do that. Let's get out of here. Let's hit the dusty trail. But no one cares because it's a witch town, and we're the only one as the viewer that's supposed to care. And all these murders, all these killers, it's literally a serial killer breeding ground. Everyone's just like, hey, it just be like that. I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, because that's the news story we get. But like, oh, fucking Sunny or Shadyville up to it again. Shadyside, whatever, man.
Dude, find it on the map.
Don't be fucking Sunnyvale, Shadyville, Shadyside, whatever.
Listen, you go to Ohio, you need to know what side you're on. That's the fucking gimmick.
I
Man.
need to get the fuck out. That's what I need to do. Okay?
I'm gonna get you that shirt that says Harry Potter hates Ohio. It's just him flying on his broom all shitty with a picture of Ohio. It's like, what?
He put pretty much anything plus hates Ohio. I'm probably gonna laugh and enjoy it and wear it.
The Harry Potter was just like ridiculous.
No, it's just
Because he's British, he
so
doesn't even
bad.
know where Ohio is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why does he hate Ohio?
He should be upset that
Ohio should be
lost,
so
you know.
like, we're watching a lawsuit against Harry Potter for fucking hating us. You know, there's just some shirt, right? Yeah, well, we're Ohio. Nothing makes sense. We're
So
the worst fucking.
Well, this
city on the
falls in
planet.
line. Shadyside is awesome. You want to be there. And Sunnyvale, they even said when it's snowing and raining, the sun still shine. I'm like, sign me up. Sun all the time.
You just
But
be in the shitty one though.
why would I want to be on Shadyside, dude? That's like
Well, you
that's
said
like
it.
being in Springfield when I can be in Shelbyville. Get it right.
Well, that's true. No, I really. That's what it kept making me think of was Simpsons. I was like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah. I think the Simpsons grifted this off R.L. Stein.
Yeah, they were just like, fuck, man, have you read these Fear Street books? Let's make a rival town that's the same.
Yeah, so the Sarah Fear is this witch that got just roasted in 1666, but no one can correlate it in the whole town except for one dude.
Yeah, one kid on AOL.
Brother Josh spends all his time researching the town's history, but when the shit hits the fan, he goes blank.
Yeah, well, first we got to start with Deena, who is writing a note to Sam. And the minute I saw this, I was like, they're going to try to make me think Sam's a boy, aren't they? And then they're going to be like, ooh, surprise, throwing off your fucking pre-notion genders. And I was like, oh, surprise, no, he didn't actually. Because the minute you didn't show me a picture, I knew it was the opposite sex. So fucking calm down, slow your roll. Fucking movie. So, yeah, she's like, Sam, I fucking hate you. Sam, hope you slip on a dick and die. Sam, I wish I never fucking met you.
Sam, your fur burger's musty.
Sam, I have been farted on in the face before, but never like your anus. Ugh, nasty.
What's wrong with you, man?
Oh, yeah, says the guy who said the comment right before mine. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you were
people
just
heard
like,
that were like, oh, perfectly normal. And then they heard mine, they're like, oh, fucking animal, this guy.
No, they heard you. They're like, oh, classic one upper boob. Let him get real gross and detailed. This guy said something funny by putting two words together, fur and burger. Hilarious. This guy's talking about flatulence.
Hey, someone out there was like, I related to that one. I found it funny and I related.
And educational.
And someone else, some kids listen to this like, oh, I just love Fear Street. Want to hear what they thought about? Oh God, I've learned too much now.
Oh man, remind me never to catch a Furburger fart.
Though I am curious. But yeah, so we start there, and then I don't know, this is like the doorbell ring or some shit. Or she's got to get Josh. She's like, Josh, time for fucking school. I'm a bad sister. I just yelled
No,
at
dude,
me.
it's always nighttime. I don't
they were going to school.
He's on the internet. He's on the internet early in the
school.
morning. That's the worst time. You're gonna lose track of time.
Oh, especially AOL. You know he was up way fucking all night. Not even early, just all night.
He's just chatting to some
his masturbation dome.
Yeah, he's got like a tent over his, like a little sheet over the computer. I was like, dude, what are you looking at, bro? Is it titties? You can show me, but like not at the same time because that's weird. Let me get a turn, then you can go.
You know he's on AOL. Titties took forever to load on AOL.
He should have had another window minimized of just like a boob like pixelating. He should be like, we're almost there.
Almost there. Fucking. She's like, time for school. He's like, fuck no. This is gonna be downloading all night. Yeah, but no, he's doing a chat. He's pretending to be a knight for some queen. I was like, this is already stupid as fuck, this relationship. And I was like, and why are you the only two people in this chat room?
Yeah, it's called a phone, Josh.
It was just like, and the queen person was just like, where's everyone? Where's all my knights? And then Sir Silence was like, yo, milady, I be here.
So basically,
murder.
Yeah, it's
one
his internet.
Each other on knowledge.
He's on Discord and shit, and they're all talking about fucking the town. It's all these murders, and they're all linked, and it could be witches, but that's too crazy. But it's just that's kind of the overall theme for this online thing that we visit maybe two more times in the movie.
Yeah. No, just once, just at the end. So. But then they're off to school, and they go through metal detectors because that was big in the night.
Game Boys and all kinds of 90s
Did you
stuff.
see Dangerous Minds? Yeah. Well, they didn't get the rights to that song, so they should have.
Yeah, just more music beds, more 90s-ness.
And then Josh is walking through the hallway, and he sees, I think, Kate, and he starts doing the Konami code for some reason.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what are you trying to get? Like, are you trying to get like 30 boners right now?
I was like, I don't think you understand what that code's about to unlock in your pants.
2-player select start. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He just fucking rockets a load out of the front of his pants. He's just like, I gotta go.
No, dude, you got to go away for a long time.
They're like, we're gonna lock you up, buddy. We're gonna lock you up. A lot of people got hurt.
And everything's all like, there's like a filter on it. It's all shot in low light, and I'm like, is this supposed to be like
90s? It looked bad.
It's supposed to be like is this supposed to be like a creeper school? Like it's just like, is everyone just like molesters here? And then,
well,
this
where
is
were the adults? There was no adults. We didn't see adults at the metal detector. There was one teacher
in the hallway. I noticed him. He was almost directing traffic, and then
he popped out of the classroom like, stop fucking standing here. I'm not gonna stop all these makeout sessions I see going on.
That's fine. That's
fine. Right. You over there, there's getting a hickey. Fucking go deep. Go deep.
Suck it harder. He ain't gonna put a ring on it unless you give him them hickeys.
You better show what that mouth could do. In the hallway.
In the hallway.
High school
class is not starting without those hickeys.
Yeah. So Deanna's just like, I hate all these people.
No, hold on. This part fucked me up. So it's literally just, it's almost a boner school. And I'm just like, whoa, is this a boner comedy right now? And
it was very
the
common.
Kate girl comes walking towards Josh, and they cross. And the sister's behind her, right?
They're in a different hallway.
So they're in a different hallway, and she goes to her locker where this big nerdy dude's kissing this big nerdy chick, and they cross over. And then Kate showed up. I was totally confused on like the traffic of the school. I was like, why did they pass? And then what?
Oh yeah, no, that's the science of Fear Street right there, Kevin.
Yeah, she like double backed and then hugged her, and then some dude went to some she went to Heather's old locker and just carved in like your next or something. I was like, what?
No, he carved in R.I.P., which made even less sense. I'm like, how did he get that knife past the metal detectors you just showed me?
The system is flawed.
Fucking Officer Boner Lips over there ain't doing his fucking job. That's for damn sure.
I get
saw
my
like
flirt
13
took off me,
Zippos on the
guy's-
fucking counter, but this guy gets a pocket knife through. He's like, no smoking. What about stabbing? It's shitty, Bill. Whatever.
Only before noon. But yeah, and I was like, what? And I was like, she's died, and yet we all these pictures are already here. And then the school's just like, yeah, man, we just lost another one.
Get to biology.
But then I thought later on when they went on the news that she had already graduated with the Ryan guy, and they worked at the school or worked at the mall after school.
No, they said Ryan had graduated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, did they just...
Apparently you graduate and you just become manager of Spencer's.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But so then they just, I don't know, what's his face shows up? What's that fucking asshole's? Josh?
Simon is fucking asshole.
Simon, yes.
Where he's desperately not funny.
Yeah.
And basically the Simon, Deena, Kate all reconvene in the girls' bathroom where they literally wrote this murder ritual rhyme and I was like, where am I?
That's like fucking plot point, buddy. We just did it right here.
Is this the scariest school? Is this a motor comedy? I fucking need someone to say, hey, we're gonna have a laugh because I don't know the tone. He's hanging out in the girls' bathroom. She's like, I need you to give this to Sam. And fucking Deena's just got all the blues, and Kate's like, nah, that's your fucking ex messy, nasty, sloppy cooch. I ain't helping you fix that. I'm like, are you guys
You're forgetting
friends?
the part where they pull out the giant drug box.
Yeah, that happens next. And they talk about she's just selling these prescription drugs that she gets from the nurse, Betty or whatever.
No, they can't get it from Nurse Eddie. Anymore. No, now
but
Simon is stealing them from the pharmacy.
Yeah, because he works at the grocery store and he's employee of the month every month. I was like, no, Simon, they wouldn't do that.
I was just like, was I supposed to feel like bad about him having to work since he was 15 to support his family? I was like,
well, no, that was great.
He didn't seem to fucking care about his family when he was globetrotting around with you assholes.
I already have a fucking comment for that when that comes up. It just didn't make any sense. It's at the end of the movie. You don't learn anything about these dildo characters except for one's got a broken heart, one's trying to sell pills to get out of Shitville, and then the other one, I guess, doesn't like any of them, but he's a dude and he's hanging with them. I was like, bro, are you?
I assumed he liked
gay right now, and because I was like, maybe you're the gay friend. I don't know, and I was just like, okay.
I think he was just a narcissist.
Dude, he just didn't. I don't know what he was doing, but he thought he was funny. I think he was supposed to be comic relief, but he was a schmuck.
Oh, he was definitely supposed to be comic relief. But yeah, anyway,
but
so
he has no motivation,
dude. Like Deena's just like, we'll get to his lack of motivation when all throughout the movie. But Deena's like, did you stop after your brother OD'd? And I did not, Kevin, for the life of me, think, oh, that's a plot point.
I did because they made a big thing about it.
I just thought it was really stupid. And they were trying to like give backstory to these shitty characters.
Simon went over there, put his arm on his shoulder. He's like, yeah, but he didn't really die. And I was like, oh, look. She's like, oh, I got this little cocktail, and that's what it was. But my problem, Dustin, is we know what Deena wants. She has a hang up about her ex. She wants to get over it, and she's wrestling with it, right? Yeah. I know what Kate wants. I've only seen her for 2 seconds. She wants to leave this town because it fucking sucks. I've seen 10 seconds of this town. I concur. But then,
the minute I saw that sheet tent, I was like, nah.
But Simon shows up, and he does absolutely nothing. He's just like, I'm here. And I'm like, okay. And then even, at least the brother, he has something he likes to do. He's just kind of stuck in the system, and he has a funny feeling about a girl. That's all I know about him as well. Like, they're just kind of there, right?
Yeah.
And that was my problem with Simon's, like, give him some motivation. You should have used hey, he's been working since 15 because he cares about his family. And he knows he just has to put his head down and work, and he's trying not to fail school, but he also is thinking about dropping out or whatever to work full time. Give me something like he's struggling like that,
Yeah, not
I'll
that
take
he's
it.
the team's mascot.
Yeah, and I was
That
like,
was his
what?
motivation. He was
And
just
they're
like, I
the
just want to dress
witches.
like a witch.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
that
what?
didn't make any sense. I'm like, everyone talks about this curse of this witch and how it's like a bedtime oogity boogity story that babysitters tell because this town is all the kids are raised by babysitters that don't exist apparently. And then your school mascot is the witches? Like what fucking PTA board approved that?
Yeah,
You
dude,
know, and the
let's
other
just
town, the
celebrate
good town is
this.
the devils? I was like,
Yeah, I was
what?
like, should we tear down these statues of witches and not, fucking celebrate them because it's bad and scary and Shadyside no
And
likey?
there's a lot of fucking murders that seems to be tied to them. They're
Why do we
like,
call it?
nah, embrace it.
And Shadyside, let's petitions get our name changed to, hey, it's not so bad side. Fuck.
We're doing
We're
all
the
right.
we're the adult side.
Anime town. That's what they should call it.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
anime town. You want to raise yourself since middle school? Come to anime town. Oh, do I?
Eyes are big, titties are bigger. Anime town.
I'm gonna have a fucking childhood friend that I have a crush on. Excellent.
Are you a prepubescent boy that can't do anything but get beat up, jizz your shorts, and have your nose bleed? Boy, do I got the mech that you could pilot. Anime town.
Anime town. Yeah. So then they get it called for like an assembly, like instantly, I guess. And the coach is just like, listen to tonight's game. We're gonna go over to the other town, the good town.
It's
And we're gonna
celebrate
have
the
a
death
candle.
of Heather Watkins.
Yeah, we're gonna have a candlelight visual for all the dead people in the other town, the good town. But we're still gonna play football, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know what we're gonna do.
They got the good candles. This smells like, not our shitty town.
They can afford the cup to catch the wax. So you don't burn your hand. They're like, oh, nice. And then Simon's just like, fuck that! I want to burn my hand.
Yeah, Simon.
And it's mandatory. All of a sudden, it's mandatory. And
But-
Deena, go ahead.
She quit the band, dude. You tell me about
quit
band,
the
Dustin. Are
band.
you allowed to quit band and jump back in and then show up for the fucking bus ride and then what the fuck?
Here's the thing, Kevin. You can't really band isn't like an after school thing. I mean, it is like when you're in marching band, there is the after school element. But then there's the this is a class that you show up to. So you drop the class. You don't just quit band. You don't just go
Band quits you.
Yeah. Really, anyone who joins band doesn't really quit until after high school, unless you are just like, I'm incredibly gifted. I'm a prodigy. I'm going to go on and play in an orchestra. So, but I was just like, what? She just quit band. And then I was like, and why are they all on the same bus? Like, why are the cheerleaders how big is this team? And then they show up, there's 900 of them. I was like, what the fuck?
Was there a couple?
And I was like, where's the rest of the band? Do you just have one drummer? Is that
Dope drummer. Dope.
She's like, I quit the band. They're like, you are the Bandiana. You can't quit.
And then she birthed Travis Barker.
Yeah, she was just like, here's my gift, greatest drummer rock has ever known. So she's just in a band uniform. And she brings the box. She's like, I'm gonna listen to my own mixtape to Sam.
I know Sam's gonna be there. She's gonna like this fucking horrible 90s mix, and I see you, Sam, and then I'm gonna rendezvous, and I see her. Oh, she's loving up on some dude named Peter because she's into the Peter now. Oh, fuck no!
Yeah.
And I was
the movie's still trying to fake you out that it's it's the guy, not the girl.
Sam's the guy, right?
Yeah,
but
and I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Because no offense to Deena, but Peter could probably pull a little better than that. I'm just saying. But then I see that he pulled Sam, and I was like, oh, maybe he can't.
Yeah.
Boop boop boop.
I mean, I guess losers can't be choosers. So, but yeah. So then the mayor of the other town is just like, we're united together in your tragedy.
I heard y'all getting fucked up out there once again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on in your fucking town. I mean, just make a deal with the devil like we did and stop pissing off the witches.
Yeah, that would actually be a cooler story, actually.
Yeah, way better. And then Peter is just like, fucking loserville needs to stop losing people.
That was just some random guy said that. He was like, I wish the wind would stop blowing over your town because we getting wafts of shit on ours. And he was like, "What'd you say, motherfucker?" I said, "Y'all live in Shitsburg."
Yeah, and they were just like, "Fuck Heather's memory. I'm gonna fight." And then
this is how Heather would want it.
Heather's just sitting there. She's like, "Yeah, I fucking listen to Nin and fucking loving this from up here in hell." Oh, down here.
She called it Nin. That's how I know she's a fan.
Oh, that's how I know she's from the 90s too. And then fucking Kate catches a straight right hook.
Me. Everybody's like, "Whoa, dude, was that the little witch guy? Where did he go?"
Where'd he go? Yeah. What fucking Simon runs up and hits someone with a broom?
Dude, no. This Peter dude's like fucking this dude up, like whooping his ass.
And where were the adults? The mayor was just like, "I'll allow it. It's an election year."
I need every one of these kids' votes. You know, there's no parents, right?
This is fucking Anime Town 2. Even less parents.
Sunnyvale, don't come here if you got parents. It's just kids. It's like baby geniuses, but they kind of grew up.
Yeah, we just take super genius kids over here. So I mean, they all have shit fuck attitudes. I'm not gonna lie, but I need them votes. We lowered the age to 15 just to fucking win elections.
Well, this fight goes on for about 45 minutes.
Meanwhile, go ahead. Yeah, Sam and Deena has snuck away to
I think it's Deena. I really wish she'd stop sprucing up her name.
Deena, 90s Deena. She's hanging out by the trash can because there is no band. It's just her. I don't even know why they're there. Were they going to have the drum line come out and do some drumming for the dead? Like,
I mean, that would be kind of cool to start. All of a sudden, spirits start coming out of the ground.
I mean, that would be sick as fuck, but I knew they weren't going to.
Literally, we got 5 different movies after this.
Yes. Now you know why there's 51 books. He was like, "Oh, I bet I could do this."
He was like, "Oh shit, write that down. Write it down. Write that down too."
I bet if I have a stepsister, you know what? Make it 2. So, but yeah, Sam shows up. She's just like, "Hey, D, what's up? How you doing? I saw you." She's like, "I saw Peter grabbing your ass. He was all up in there.
He was finger banging you on the fucking 50-yard line. I thought you left me." She's like, "You're fucking crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree."
Yeah, she's like, "Don't take it out of me. You're gonna end up like your fucking father with beers in the fucking sink." And I was like, "Hey."
Dude, she went right to the boozer loser dad.
Well, I mean, I was like, "Hey, Science of Fear Street here." She picks up those beer cans, okay? And I don't know why she puts them in the sink. You know, dump them and then chuck them.
Messy. It's gross. That's the true horror. Was that?
No, that horror. Yeah, that house. No, that house was the true horror movie because it was disgusting.
I was like, man, get someone to supervise these children.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think she's wearing clean clothes, like ever. And when she was like, "That's my favorite sweater," I was like, "It probably smells like piss and shit. Be careful, okay?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so they all have a fight at the same time. And then after Kate catches a stray right hook, they're back on the bus. And she's riling up the troops, Kevin.
Dude, I thought she was going to fucking do it for Sparta or something.
Yeah, I was like, why are we even driving away? I mean, everyone's out.
Bus around. Let's go.
Murder. Yeah. I was like, why is the bus driver not saying, "Shut up and take your seat"? And why are all the lights on in this fucking
The bus driver was like, "Guys, it's 12 at night. I have to go home."
Yeah, he's like, I fucking hate driving to the good town just to come home to the bad town. It's depressing, okay? More so for me because I'm driving high school kids. That's the worst job in America, in Ohio, doing that. So she's like, "Fucking, we're gonna kill him." And they're just like, "Fuck yeah!" And Simon's also like, "Fuck yeah, Chisholm." And it's like, what? No, that's weird.
You got green shit on your face still, dude. Like, get it together.
Yeah. And then somehow Deena gets the best seat on the bus.
Oh, yeah. No one gets the back seat. No one.
Band quitter's not getting it. That's for damn sure.
She had a broken heart pass. They let her have it.
They were like, "Let her have it. She's going through some stuff romantically." I mean, have you heard the new Nin? It's really good. She wants someone to penetrate her. How she does it. Oh, that's tough too. Especially in this shithole town. We're not very understanding of people that are different. Anyway, then here come the jocks from next door and their Beamer. And they're all wearing skull masks. They went to the Spencer's that apparently real.
No, dude. When you have skull masks, you keep them on you.
They all bought it. It was like, this is the #1 Halloween costume.
Yeah, but Sam, she's so lame. She's not even wearing hers. And I'm like, she's still
she's
Deena.
instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
And Deena's just like,
Sam, we're about to do a fucking crime here. Can you put your mask on?
We're about to go fucking try to run a bus off the road. And
he only brought one dude as backup. I was like, Peter, what are you thinking? You got to bring the whole squad.
There's three. There are 3 guys total.
Yeah, it was like 2 or something, including it was a real weak fucking run.
There was 4 in the car. It's just one disappears the minute we have to do anything outside the car.
Yeah, I only saw because there's one dude. She's riding shotgun. One dude in the back middle, and then Peter. That's all I knew.
I mean, it doesn't matter. So Deena, she gets pissed. She's like, and a nosebleed, I think, and she's like, I'm gonna throw this full cooler of Gatorade.
I'm like, who loaded that up? They didn't dump it?
I was like, you don't load that back on the bus. Did it not come off the bus? Because that's the only way. And even then, you don't fill that and put it on the bus. You fill it when you get there. Someone took a garden hose and filled that up. They're like, ooh, we're using the Sunnyvale water. Ooh, it's going to taste real good.
No, man. It probably had whatever in it already, but it doesn't make sense.
You definitely don't transport a full cooler back. You
because
dump it.
It's fucking heavy.
Yeah. So, but she's like, yeah, I'm gonna chuck this at this car. I gotta kill this chick. And everyone's just like,
I want to make sure this shit blows up.
Yeah. And then Simon is just like, Deena, your fucking nose is bleeding. And she loses control of the cooler. And is just like, oops, I did throw it. And I was like, you were about to do that anyway. Why do we need this weird distraction of the nosebleed? I was like, what the fuck, man? So they go swerving out the car. Someone grows a conscience. She's like, stop the bus! To whoever's driving. I don't know, because we do not cut to an adult behind the wheel who's like, 10-4, I saw you just throw a cooler out the back. And someone
break it for shit.
Yeah, he's like, this just became a crime scene. I gotta go. Okay. I'm not driving this bus. I'm on probation. All right. I'm the 13th Shittyville killer. Okay. So they stop. She runs down to check on Sam because even though she tried to kill her, she still loves her.
Yeah.
Sam, for whatever reason, has had 0 traffic knowledge passed on to her by her shitty divorced parents. And decides to crawl away from the accident. She's just like, let me move around a lot. Let me make sure everything's working.
Maybe she was concussed.
Yeah, maybe, but I still don't, who's just like, oh, I was in a wicked car accident. I'm going to stand up and just try to touch everything I can real quick. And she also has a nosebleed, touches something, sees a vision. And then there's Deena. She's like, Sam, are you okay? And then Peter comes out. He's like, get away from her. Have you done enough, you offensive term towards lesbian woman? And she's like, what? Yeah. And then the cops show up. And for whatever reason, Kevin, I did not understand this part. I was like, hey, yeah, fuck the police. But even the fucking preppy kids came up with the same story?
Well, it didn't make any sense, dude. Well, because I get it. We hate adults and they can't be trusted in Kid Town. But you guys, they tried to kill you, dude. You ran this off the road. You'd be like, yeah, man.
We want Texas justice.
I was like, okay. Pretty cool. I appreciate the need to spill blood, but it didn't make any sense. I was like, bad. Is this guy notorious for not being a good cop or something?
That's what I thought. They were like, I thought he was like a molester or something, the way that these kids were looking at him. Like, I heard he fiddled with Peter's stepbrother over there. And Peter's just like, fuck that guy. They're like, yeah, fuck him.
Not too many subplots going on, but yeah, it did make sense of just like you figure I'm the bad preppy guys. I'm gonna snitch on them. Yeah, man, they did this and that, and
yeah. All of a sudden, everyone has integrity and like teens stick together.
And the
even
cop
if we
was
want
like,
to kill each
"Who's
other.
driving this bus? I should talk to him." But where's the adult supervision for when kids want to just, I don't know, have a riot?
Where's the coach? Where's the band leader? Where's anybody? Where's the cheer squad director?
Where's the rest of the band? Did we bring that up yet?
Where's the assistant coach?
Listen, Mr. Cop, you got a lot of questions that we're not ready to answer because kids stick together.
Your starting line and your cheerleader squad and your drum line all the same bus?
Hey, don't you got a murder to fucking figure out?
I already figured it out when I went pow, 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 right in that fucking kid's head.
Yeah, I shoot children, all right? Answer my question.
They're like, that's why we don't want to talk to you. He's like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah, you got me.
So, but yeah, so then they're just like, okay, everyone go home. Oh, and I think Sam pukes on everyone.
Sam like starts having these fits, right? Because she puts her hand in this mossy grass and there's like chains and stuff. And I'm just gonna get to it right now. Yeah. There's skulls and it's boogity boogity, and she's got like just real dry nasal passage. Yeah. And she can't keep the chimichangas down that she ate earlier after the band camp rally. And then she spits up all over Simon, and he's like, dude.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that should have been funny because he's like, oh, fucking gross. But it's not at all. I was so disappointed with his delivery.
Nothing he does is funny, dude.
No.
But then he goes over to her. He's like, are you concussed? How many fingers? And hold on. You should lay your head. You should not move. You should probably rest. Should this girl just? Where's the ambulance? Where's anyone?
Well, they came eventually.
It's just, yeah, but I didn't see it. I just saw him, the cop interviewing stuff. The only ambulance is the one they steal. The felonies they commit later on in the movie.
No. They show her getting into the ambulance. I mean, it's just her on a chair. There's no EMTs in sight to, or at least in the camera shot, to show adult supervision at all. So, I mean, the damn gurney is damn near going up by itself, just like someone pushed it, and it's just like, boop, boop, boop. Damn near. So, yeah. And then everyone's just like, all right, head back home. That's it.
What do they... I kind of don't remember what happens after this.
Well, everyone, it's weird because it's almost like it's the next night, and Deena's home with her brother, and they're making pizza.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And like someone's ringing the doorbell, and she's like, fucking Josh, I'm depressed. Get the fucking door. And Josh is down there.
And he's like, white zombies
or some shit.
Nah, yeah, dude. Whoa.
I don't remember what.
Whoa. Could Billy take a backseat on this? I got this. He's playing Castlevania Bloodlines on the Sega Genesis.
All right. One. Okay.
And he's cranking out to fucking White Zombie, more human than human.
Little too hard. I was like, I haven't heard White Zombie in a while.
That's a good CD. I mean, I listened. No. I listened to the BC Boys Check Your Head because I saw that poster in the background too. It didn't age well into my ears. Why there's some good songs on there. I couldn't get into it. I probably got to warm back up to it. But the White Zombie, that's a sweet riff, man. They use it on the credits as well. It's fun.
It doesn't fit this scene though, because this scene, it's like it becomes almost annoying noise because you're so annoyed with everyone yelling and doing nothing about this doorbell that's going off constantly.
Well, it's just the fucking Deena girl. And she's like, I was like, why don't you get the door?
Yeah,
you're the older
downstairs.
sister.
Go get the fucking door.
He's got music cranked and he's playing video games. I'm pretty sure this is his habit. Anyway, you go up there, fucking Skullomania's out there, and she's like, oh, what the fuck? Skullomania? Hey, fuck you, Peter. You want some? Come get some. You don't want none? We'll whoop that ass. And I'm like, that's not... Jesus. And then she gets back on the phone and she's talking to fucking Kate. She's like, oh, yeah, fucking Skullomania's out there. And he's trying to...
First, we got to see Kate's setup where she's like... getting her little sisters to sort
that's not her little sisters. That's the kids that she's babysitting.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. How can she pawn off?
Again. You can do it.
Shut the fuck up. How can she pawn off her babysitting duties on someone else?
Because she's Kate. Yeah. She's like, thank you so much, Mrs. Lane. You're going to go ahead and watch them for me. And she's like, I have to step out for a minute.
I think
she never comes back.
Yeah, I know, but I think the casting was colorblind on this, and that they weren't really trying to like give any sort of racial synchrony to families. Like if you really look at all how the family dynamics, they're
That's what
all
she literally
like,
said. She was babysitting on the phone. I don't know where you're
yeah,
getting it
you
from.
can babysit your own family, dude. Especially
Yeah,
when you're a
guess what?
teenager in the 90s,
Kate's
okay?
all
So
about
very
that
pumped.
fucking bread. She was trying to. She ain't babysitting for
She said she
free.
didn't want to. That's why she was putting them to fucking work.
Maybe, dude. It's really a small detail that these
Well,
girls,
they
they don't
got
even
hooked up.
get SAG. They didn't say one fucking word, so who
No, they didn't.
cares?
So I think they were also technically the twins from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, if I recognize them correctly.
I don't watch that show.
That's your problem.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah, so she calls Kate. She's like, "Fucking Peter's being a penis outside of my window." So, and then she sees him like again or something, right? And then like Simon shows up to the Kate's house, and he's still wearing the blood shirt. She's like, "Why are you wearing the
Basically,
blood
yeah,
shirt?"
because he's super stupid. His reasoning was dumb, and she was like, "Why don't you change your shirt?" So he changes his shirt, throws it on the couch, I guess to get washed. I was like, "Dude, your shirt's fucked up. Throw it away." You know, it's a fucking Hanes white tee. I'm sure you got a 3-pack. You're
For
fine.
sure.
You don't
And
need it.
you were the one that was the most repulsed by the blood being spat upon you, and you're still wearing the shirt?
Yeah.
I had to work a double. I didn't have a clean shirt after work. So you put the blood puke shirt on? Wear a dirty work shirt, dude. That doesn't make any fucking sense. About what little I know of your character, that sucks.
So the fucking allegedly Skullomania Peter guy is just teleporting everywhere. They challenge him. They're like, hey, fuck off. So they all rendezvous back at the house, or they meet up with Kate or whatever. She drops
Well,
off the kids because their shit's got to go down.
yeah, well, he breaks in and he's like stabbing fucking Simon's shirt.
Well, no,
And then
yeah,
they
he's
like
he's
chase
like
him off.
sniffing it or whatever, right? Because it's got the
Yeah.
blood on it, and it's like, duh. And then this is one of the biggest parts of the movie where I'm like, hey, movie, you can redeem yourself now that we have a killer moving about, right? It's not the whole, you know, fucking hot, cold open kind of action scene where we get to see the stabby, stabby fucking scream intro, right?
Yeah, it was
And
so
now
screaming, especially with the diving lunge thing. I was like, ugh.
yeah. So now we're doing it where it's slow and we're not really sure what we're up against since we've already seen, air quotes, that killer get killed, right? In the movie, we should say this is either a copycat or a zombie, or, your mind's racing, right? What is going on Fear Street? And if the fucking director had any way to build tension or any clue on how to, she would have done a slow reveal as it looks back towards them. But it's just like this wide shot of the Skullomania guy just turning and looking at him going, hey guys, I see you. And I was like, dude,
Hey.
reveal him, because the kids are hiding behind the corner and you can totally just get a tight shot on him, put some tension, put a music sting under it. I don't know, create something spooky. And it just he turns all slow like, oh, hey, I was just going to cop this if you guys weren't going to wear it anymore. Was that cool? Oh my God, run! And they all just run.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you totally could have done something cool here, but you're Fear Street. You don't know no better.
Welcome to Fear Street. Fear is optional.
Street.
Oh, okay.
Big time.
Streets, we have plenty. I mean, we don't fill in the potholes, but that's the real fear. Is that going to fuck up your car? Just like, oh no, it is. So yeah, then they all meet up, they drop off the kids, and they're like, we're going to go tell Sam to tell her boyfriend, fuck off. And if he don't like it, we're going to beat everyone's ass or something. Because, yeah, that makes the most sense. Go visit her in the hospital after hours to tell her boyfriend to fuck off? What the fuck? Go find him and kick his ass. That seems to make more sense to me in this situation. But
teenager logic?
Yeah, there's a lot of teenager logic in this movie that we're about to stumble across, especially in the fucking final act. I was like, oh man, geez, some dumb ideas on display here.
You guys get covered by the second. I know it's
she's the valedictorian of what? Oh, Shitville. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I get it. It's R.L. Stein joint. It's the struggle for the kids to make these moves. It's kind of that isolation of there is no parents just to run to solve these problems. I get it.
None, like none. They're all either getting blotzoed or fucking working a double. I don't know.
And it just, but it's still like, it's the big thing in horror movies. It's if your main characters are stupid, you lose the audience, and the audience just can't wait for them to die, right? So you're just like,
Yeah.
they have to at least make, because the best thing about horror movies is like, it's the big question of what would I do in that situation. So you take yourself and you put yourself in that situation. Oh, what would I do if I was with my friends and X, Y, and Z happened, or zombies, or vampires, whatever, whatever. And when you see the characters in the movie just make the stupidest decisions just for the sake of the movie to progress it or have a scary moment, it doesn't work. Everyone just sighs, and that's why everyone just waits for the kills.
Yeah, and it's just, and sometimes that can be fun, but even then, when it's like the movie is so desperately trying to make you love it, and you're just waiting for the kills, and even though then those kills are very disappointing, it's just like, man.
Well, yeah, when the kills are far in between, like if your lane of a horror movie is just to make the kills, you're going to go over the top with the kills. You're going to start them small, start them low, but you're going to show
this
them
movie
all.
doesn't, and like most of them are knife kills.
Yeah, they're just it's like a lot of belly slashes that don't really take anyone out. They don't really cut deep. I'm just like, press harder.
And they're just like, ouchie, my tum-tum. Ooh, I'll need a couple stitches. And you're like,
a lot of knife penetration that gets blocked by books.
Yeah.
Cupcake cookie sheets, whatever.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, they go to the shitty hospital because I guess I guess the good town doesn't need a hospital, so the only hospital is in the shitty part of town. People are like ODing and being murdered all the time.
You know what I would have liked, man? Now that you bring that up, the shitty hospital. Like, it doesn't have to, because like the adults you do see are kind of creepy. Even the cop, he's kind of got a weird vibe on him. The receptionist in the hospital and the nurse guy, they all have like kind of like, make them like Silent Hill creepy. Make it like, if the witch is getting all these killers to start doing her bidding because she's been disturbed, it should be changing the reality that the kids are in, because they're all experiencing it, right? So Sam's this beacon that has disturbed the witch's bones, and it should be just emanating off her. So that's why you kind of like, man, where is everyone? Oh, the hospital's kind of creepy, but it's just not over the top creepy where there's no questioning it from the children, right?
Yeah.
It should be like a slow grind.
I'll do you one up on that, Kevin. I think there's hardly any adults because all the adults that are there are killers. They're just killers that haven't made the news, They're
something like that, like anything like that. And I like I say, I get it. It's written for kids, and kids want to have those experiences and stuff. I understand like the construction and the origin of all this stuff and the reasoning, but make it interesting, because as the viewer, they're just moving through situation to situation. It's just stupid. It's just nothing is really ringing true or just making sense for a viewer. I get it. It's in the horror movie sense of things, but I don't know, man. It just needed something.
Even then, it's just like it's relying so much on the influences that it's pulling from to dictate its story. That's probably like, I think the greatest offense of this movie is that it is relying on your 90s movie horror, and
I know what you did
really
last
you're just
summer.
70s and 80s horror movie knowledge as well, to kind of just hobble along,
Yeah.
So
it's like a really half-hearted homage to that stuff, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm, and we keep making jokes about there being no adults, but like my real thinking is why there's no adults is because they can afford the extras. And so this town doesn't really feel populated. And going back to R.L. Stein's books, that's how I always felt his books were when I read them, is it felt like, how is this person going through this entire situation by themselves? Where is everyone else to step in and be like, hey, what's that weird fucking doll doing? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like there's no one else here in this situation. How is that happening?
That's why I'm seeing when Disturbing the Witch is altering their reality, because they were ground level at it. And maybe they can't, like akin to what you said, maybe they can't see the adults. They can't interact with them. They're scared of them, or they're staying away.
Yeah, but that would foresight and explanation, some some
just
visual explanation that this movie's gonna fail at most likely. So
because I do like some of the set. Like I don't mind the hospital when they get there because it looks like an older style of a hospital, and it's just interesting visually. And they get to the receptionist, and she just kind of pays them no mind, and then no guests, and she does her whole like spiel. They go to fill it out, and then the nurse guy comes out, and then Kate's like, "Oh, I know this guy. I used to get the fucking hookup from him. He's the plug." And then there's so they work their way past that, and Deena gets in, but the girl's in the hospital. Sam's in the hospital. Her mom's not there. There's no nurses. Like it's just kind of that disconnect.
But Peter's there, even though visiting hours were over 2 hours ago.
Exactly, but Peter's there, and that's why I'm saying if there was like a creepy thing that was placed as the rules, it would have been cool because the kids can't catch it right yet. They're not caught up to it because they're so into their quest, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, everything around them has been altered. But I don't know. Maybe that is the gimmick of Fear Street and it's never said.
No, I really think it was just budgetary constraints,
Yeah, it was filmed in Georgia, and you can give these guys a three hot meals and a somewhere to sleep, and you can get extras all day. I think that's easy to do, but
they used them all for that wheelchair scene. But yeah, so Deena comes in and just is like, "Hey, fucking tell your shit ass boyfriend to fuck off. He's fucking with me." And she's like, "What are you talking about? Peter's been here all night." And then Peter shows up and he's just like, "Oh, you just couldn't leave her alone, could you? Oh, fucking blah, 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 blah. I'm Peter. I'm about to be real unlikable." And he really does have this, like, I don't know, this face that looks like he just ate too many limes.
Oh, dude, Peter's great. I liked him a lot. I thought I think he did his job perfectly. I think he was just a real snotty jockey type of guy, and I was like, nailed it. He nailed it. Like he came onto the screen, you're like, look at this punchable motherfucker.
That's what I was saying. I was like, that's why I'm describing his face, so that people understand why he's so punchable. So.
They're like, Dustin, we have Netflix. We have seen this movie.
Maybe.
You're not special.
Number 3, almost number 2. We're coming for you, Black Widow. I mean, the second one is not number 4. I'll tell you that right now. It's like 10. So, but yeah, so then Peter takes a knife to the back because Skullface is there.
But that doesn't make sense. Why would Peter get killed if the witch is just after Sam?
Well, because we haven't established that yet. So everyone can be killed, as we see.
Okay, because it was a super great scene, and I was like, oh, this is a real Dead by Daylight moment. And I was waiting for something super dope to happen. I was like, oh, do this, do it, movie, and I'll love you forever. And the movie's like, I'm good. I'm like, damn it. And it's coming up here in a minute because you cut back. You cut back to Simon. You cut back to because the girls run off. You cut back to Simon and what is his name? Josh.
Simon, Josh, and Kate, and they go to the vending machine.
And he does the anarchist cookbook hack of just overloading the thing of the vending machine, and it all comes spewing out. And Josh likes Kate, and he's trying to like Mac toward her, but he's terrible at it.
And so then he posts up on this fucking vending machine. He's like, "What do you want?" And I was just like,
yeah, he's real corny. There's like no character building dialogue. It's just real awkward. Simon tries to be funny and everything bombs. Everything's just going off like bombs. And the girls turn the corner. They're like, fuck, run. It's a killer. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. And they go down the other hallway, but the killer kind of cuts through almost like in front of the camera. And Kate's almost in the foreground. And I was praying to God the killer would just whip his arm out to the right and like slice her throat right there. And then the other 2 guys would have ran off because the way she was positioned in the shot, I was like, dude, if that happens, this movie just went fucking from awful to okay. And they were like, no, she just ran away. And I was like, that would have been such a sick kill. And I'd have been like, well, this killer ain't fucking around because he just like no scoped her ass and that was it.
He was just like, I don't have AOL, I have fucking broadband. Boo!
Yeah, man. I was waiting for it and they were just like, nah, we're good. And I was like, you fucking piece of shit.
Nope. Yeah. So they run away and then Deena and Sam hide.
Yeah.
Somehow they hide behind the receptionist's desk, which is suddenly vacant. And they don't notice the dead receptionist that they had to step over to get to that area they were in. So then Skullface is like, oh, I lost a scent. Let me just stand here. Like, boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. And they freak out. They see the dead body. And then Betty comes out. Betty gets knifed under the throat or the chin. And I was like, what a waste of a fucking character.
I didn't mind that kill. I was like, okay, cool. Now we're here. Here comes the body count. And the movie was like, calm down. That's not gonna happen.
There is actually a pretty high body count. So, but like kills that are good, that's probably just one, really. And even then, I kind of laughed at it. I was like, that's stupid. But I know, but it's not anything like new. Like I've seen that kill in dumb action movies.
Yeah, but like it's such a fast kill because I feel like there's a sense of urgency for him looking. It's not like he's playing with it. It's like, dude, you just walked in my line of sight. I'm busy doing something. Pop, pop. I just smoked your ass. Now I'm back to focusing. That's what it felt like to me. I thought I liked it. I liked that one.
And then Kate and Simon and Josh have an ambulance, and they like, come on, and girls run and they get away in an ambulance.
Literally just steal an ambulance.
Yeah, just no one, just especially not the ambulance driver, cares. And then they go to the police station with a stolen ambulance.
No one cares once again.
And no one cares once again because it's like been a long week of copycat calls.
Yeah, it's Monday, dude. I don't know. Like it's
long week, Kevin. Long weeks can happen early. Okay, I can contest to that. So yeah, they're talking to Deputy Dipshit, and he's just like, "You girls been smoking the marijuana? I know some of you are." And then the Sheriff Good Feet comes in. He's just like, "Let me talk to him."
Because he has the janitor guy in the prison cell or the holding cell because he has his spray paint cans, and then he's like, "You're not Officer Good, you're Officer fucking Evil." And I was like, "Nope."
Yeah,
next.
That was a fail. Try again. Next take. Oh, we're just gonna go with that. All right, okay.
One and done here.
Oh, and then as they were getting away, she like lifts the skull mask, and we see that it's the guy that was already shot in the head. He's back from the dead, Kevin.
Yep.
It's the same skull mask. Huh.
He's back.
He's back.
He was buried with that skull mask.
Yeah, they were just like,
I don't know what they do to the bodies here at this town.
We don't really bother to bury anything. I mean, so many people come back to life and just start killing. We just figured, what's the point? Let's just lock them in a pit. So, hope for the best. Damn witch gets them out quick, though. I'll say that. But, so they talk to the officer. They say, yeah, it's the dead guy. He's just like, okay, kids. Yeah, get out. You're stupid. Doesn't call their parents.
Yeah, kids, I think you've been stealing too many ambulances tonight.
Yeah. Doesn't question anything. And then they get the call that there's a bunch of dead bodies at the hospital. I don't know from who.
Who called?
I don't know. Maybe one of the people that had to use the bathroom.
Came in. Excuse me, I have a splinter in my hand. They're like, I'm
from the good side of town, so this is important. I have insurance. And they're just like, ooh. And he's like, I don't like the customer service I'm getting from this shithole. I better call the police. So Deputy Dipshit goes out to do that, and then Simon's like, I gotta take a piss. I was like, I bet he's taking a piss on the police station.
Yeah, this guy's punk as fuck.
And then he was. And then he fell into the wall where his piss was. And no one talked about that in the movie. Hey, Simon, why do you smell like piss?
Because I'm a terrible character and I'm poorly written.
And then meanwhile, I think like Kate and Josh are just talking.
Just rapping, just hanging out, just shooting the breeze.
About dumb stuff. Oh, she's like, why do you know so much about the witch and stuff? He's like, know thy enemy. Know thy enemy. And I was like, did he kill your mom? Or something. And I was waiting for some sort of backstory to be told to me there. And then there was not at all. So
then we got some spooky ghost girl laying in the street. And then
Ruby
Simon's like,
something or another? I don't know. Ruby Lane?
Ruby Lane. she's so hot, man. And then she attacked me with a knife. I'm not good with women. I'm Simon. I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
what the fuck? How did he live through that? Because she did a gut cut and a neck slash. And then when they showed his neck later on, it was the tiniest little scratch on him.
Yeah.
Like a cat had just been like, meow, get off of me.
And then Deanna's like, I just stole a firearm from a cop. I'm ready to go to jail, please.
Yeah. She steals the deputy dipshit's fucking gun. Then she shoots Ruby Lane 3 times.
Yeah, dude. Like
in the middle of the road.
You go to fucking Shadyside, you're getting
Street.
aired the fuck out.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
don't go to Main Street after hours.
Don't go to
no
A
one's
Street
fucking
at
bad
all.
eye at fucking a gun going off.
I literally thought, I was like, is this a political statement about something? Because this is getting scary.
After that, she drops the gun.
Guns are bad.
In the road. She's just like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. Killers.
I'm done. 3 shots. That's how this gun works.
But then she got up like Wolverine, and the bullets like fell out of her chest and shit. And she's like, bub. And I was like, wow.
He was gonna get you, bub. You're singing an old-timey song, bub.
Yeah, and I was like, well,
1, 2, skip to Maloo.
If fucking Ruby was brought back by the witch, didn't she get her marching orders to smoke Sam? Why isn't Sam become just like...
Yeah, it just seems like, I'll kill you if you get like right up in my face like Simon does.
Yeah, like
I guess he had the blood shirt on still at that point.
Oh, that's true.
But I'm like, how dumb are these stupid killers they brought back?
Like, what kind of information did they get? Like, hey, I want you to kill this person. Well, who is it? Is it
around?
Is it a boy, a girl? I don't know. You'll know when you find him.
I don't know. I mean, are we at the beginning of the movie or the middle? Because at the beginning, you want you to think it's a guy, but then it's actually
so many questions.
All right.
What are you, the fucking audience?
So then they jump on the ambulance. Also, he has his Achilles cut. Does not slow down the movie at all. He just runs the fuck away. Like, he's just like, I had Doc Martens on.
Yeah. But he screamed when it got cut like he didn't. Like he had some bands on.
And the blood splatter came out. It was just like, you know. But so they take the ambulance and they're just like, all right, let's just park in the middle of a road and talk, figure this out real quick. And they're like, all right, we got to go back to the car crash and see what we fucked up because we pissed the witch off. And that's why the witch is trying to kill us.
Well, yeah, Josh is just like, oh, man, let me explain the house rules. And I was like, dude, where were you? You were on the forums. You're on the fucking, you got the poster. You got the shirts. You got the books. And you can't figure this out, you dumb dildo. Like, this whole thing's happening around you. And you're just like, bro, it's the witch. Oh, what does that mean?
Hey, that was just a nursery rhyme.
Yeah, it's like everyone in the town kind of knows about it. But if you start to hit them with that hard facts, you know, some of the facts that you've been living right now, that maybe like the 2 girls are believers because they just saw the zombie kid get smoked and then get re-smoked.
Yeah.
And they're all in. And then Simon, he's a dumbass. He'll do whatever. And Kate just trying to sell drugs. It's whatever because I don't know what.
Kate sees something in Josh, and she's gonna hang around until he sees something in Kate.
There you go.
Yeah, so they go back to the car crash. It's been 2 days, Kevin. No one's
towing that Beamer. No,
like
that dude did not have insurance. They left it.
Daddy don't fix shit at body shops, okay? Because body shops are only in the shitty side of town. Okay?
Daddy bought me a new Beamer. Yeah, no tow trucks going to Shitsville.
Yeah, Sunnyvale only has car dealerships, okay? Yeah. You want a fucking auto repair?
None of them are used dealerships either, Dustin.
Yeah.
You're getting it new or you don't get it at all.
Well,
there's a lot of drip happening in Sunnyvale.
Seriously. So yeah, they go back to the car crash. There's the red moss that's just like perfectly there. When they were walking down, there is a fucking skull right sitting there, and no one
big skull, human skull, everyone, not like a squirrel or like a gerbil,
or like a German Shepherd skull or something. They're like, oh, that's clearly a German Shepherd. How do you know that, you weird freak? He's just like internet.
They're like,
just AOL nerd.
I wish
To the
Josh had.
sound.
I
He's
wish
like,
had Josh had AOL discs as a weapon. And I believed it.
seriously, yeah.
I went down to the grocery store.
I was like, why
Picked
does
up.
this AOL he's got have none of the sound effects I'm familiar with? Like AOL didn't let you click a thing without a sound effect, so I called bullshit on that. And that chat was moving way too fast. So, but anyway, yeah. So they go down there, and he's just like, potentially all the sunny or shady shitholeville killers can show up, and they're like, even the milkman killer from the 50s, and he's like, definitely that one, definitely, and the fucking Nightwing, copyright DC copy, that one, that guy's showing up too. I mean, he's just a gigantic Jason knockoff, but whatever. So and then they find the bones and they're like, let's bury them. And then Sam starts bleeding on him again, and her blood touches it, and the witch is just like, it's you. I wanna penetrate you. No, sorry. That was
What?
that was my 9 Inch Nails. I would do it. That would have been a perfect place for that music bed.
Dude, it sounds like you were choking or something.
I was trying to do that sound.
People are like, "Is this the last
very
episode?"
impromptu.
I can only hope.
Can only hope. I hate this Fear Street.
All right, this podcast ain't too much. It's
Ain't selling me on it either. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So then Sam's just like, it's trying to kill me. Or I guess like the killer runs past. They get the fuck out of there. Jason knockoff is trying to kill him. He's got an axe and a duffel bag over his head. That's the big difference
not
there.
a duffel bag, dude. It's like,
It's like a duffel bag.
It's like a sack.
Burlap
it's like,
sack, whatever.
It's like a sack from the Friday the 13th when he had the sack eye.
Yeah.
A duffel bag? What is he trying to like?
Yeah. It says "Go Devils." He's like, "Hey, I've been a big Devils supporter since the beginning, since the early days. That's really my backstory on how I became so sad and tragic at Camp Nightwing." I was like, "Great name too." I was like, "I would definitely sign up for Camp Nightwing."
Learn how to.
And when Nightwing doesn't show up, I'm gonna be real pissed off. Though I'm gonna be, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Or someone's
do
gonna be like, "You're a dumb kid, and you should probably not make it off this canoe ride and don't ever come back. Maybe get lost in the woods."
Well, according to the trailer I saw at the end, where's the banging? Because there's a lot of it happening.
Oh, I mean,
Camp Nightwing.
We'll leave you out in these forests. You'll get banged for sure, son. But you're not. I don't know if you're gonna like it.
Whether I'm coming or going, I don't really give a fuck. As long as my rocks are off.
We're probably gonna use a rock to soften you up.
Look forward to it. Anyway, if Kevin's done veiled threats towards me, they get back to
young you and lost in the woods, so it's anybody's game.
Fuck you. Anyways, they're back on the stolen ambulance, driving away, and they're just like, "What the fuck, man? We buried the bones. We said sorry." And Josh is like, "Maybe we need the missing hand." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up, internet. You are wrong, wrong, wrong." And then finally, Sam is just like, "Nah, it's just me. It's just trying to kill me. It's my blood or something." And then they realize, oh, we all got a little spot of blood on us. He's got it on his shirt. She's got it on her shoe. She's got it in her body. It's like, oh.
It's like, shit.
You're like, damn. And so their big plan now is to go to the high school.
Wash their dirty bodies.
Wash their dirty bodies.
I think like low key Simon was like whacking it. I'm like, bro, not the time.
No, dude. He literally tells the audience he was beat one off. Yeah. He reaches down and goes to Pound Town.
No, that's not Pound Town, dude. He's choking his chicken.
Whatever. It's
the girls were trying to go to fucking the what do you call it?
Beaver Cleaver?
They were going on a coochie crawl instead of a bar.
Yeah.
Bar crawl.
So everyone's getting cleaned up.
Kinda.
Because Deena's like, hey, we got to fix your shoulder in another room by ourselves. They get some lost and found clothing, which I think was supposed to be hilarious, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken. But I was just like, yeah, it looked like you referenced more 90s. Because
absolutely,
I did want to say this. In the first 30 minutes of this movie, they cram every possible 90s reference in there that they could. It was like Wonder Woman 84, where they were just like, here's the 80s, and like just visually assaulting you nonstop in the opening of this movie. Same thing here. It was just, it never lets you forget that you're in the fucking 90s. Like, which is horrible because you're just like, I just want to focus on this movie. Okay, stop telling me what era I'm in. I didn't fucking forget. It's in the fucking title. But so yeah, they all divide. Kate doesn't want to be alone in the women's bathroom, so Josh goes in. Not Simon, her best friend, who hangs out in the women's bathroom. No. He goes in, and he never bats an eye on why the one other dude didn't follow him in. He instead just gets cleaned up, uses the gross purple soap like it's fucking liquid gold, starts dancing in the mirror. I don't know why. He has just a very average physique, and I'm not insulting him, but I was just like, all right, cool that you are into yourself that much. But yeah, no, that's and then he just puts his hand down his pants and baits one out while everyone else is getting all romantic. Anything to add to that, Kevin?
No, dude, no. Why are you bringing this meat beater up again? Like, let's get past this. The scene is over. We're done. Sack Jason shows up again and tries to kill people, and then they make the correlation. They're like, uh-oh.
Well, no, they make a plan. They're like, all right, let's use her blood to lure all the killers here.
Well, no, yeah, because the killers are tunneling her, and then the fucking case like, just give it to her. And I was like, yeah, just let her kill her. And
no, you're skipping ahead, dude. You're missing the whole, like, they mop her blood. She bleeds into a bucket of water.
Well, yeah, because they blow them. All the blood
around.
Yeah, it's way too long for what they do, and I was like, whatever.
It's important because it makes you think, like, it's like this weird, like, false ending, and I was like, movie, we got too much movie for me to believe in you right now that you're gonna get this job done. And then so they lure all the killers in. They do some fucking Girl Scout knots or some shit, and keep them all in there, and then like boom, click, click, boom, they light them all on fire. And then for whatever reason, Kevin, they go in with fucking fire extinguishers and put the whole room out like good Samaritans. They're like, this may be a shit fuck high school, but I'm not going to burn it down today.
I swear to my pappy, I'd graduate, and I will.
I'll graduate and beat off in this fucking bathroom at least 10 more times. You can't stop me. I'm Simon. I'm out of control. And then they start glooping back together, and they're just like, oh shit, we can't do it. And then they go to another classroom.
Like Wolverine.
They're like, fucking Wolverine, we already sort of do this, but fuck, man, fuck, it's like 3 Wolverines in here. It's like 2 Wolverines and a Sabretooth. No, it's like a wild child, a Wolverine, and a Sabretooth. No, I'm not bringing up Wild Child. That one fucking sucked. Okay, it's like an Omega Red, and all right, I'll give you that one.
Dude, everyone gets it. Please stop.
So they go into a science room. Josh has brought a backpack of news clippings in case they needed it, and they're just like, they're gonna kill her. They're going to kill her. It's either us or them. So
well, this part doesn't make sense. So Kate's like, look at this nerd's clippings, and she starts throwing down all the internet's clippings, and then they're on the floor, and I was like, did she just get real mad and throw them on the floor?
Because she was very dramatic. She was just like, fucking 52 card, pick up with all these news clippings, you assholes.
She was like, they want her. And why don't we just give her up? Then Deena's like, no, because you love her. Like, you will love again, Deena. I promise. This isn't going to work out anyway.
It's high school. It's fucking gonna go up in flames.
And
instantly.
Kate's rationality is like, just they kill her and then everything stops.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, Kate for president because she wins.
She's like, I'm valedictorian for a reason.
You were the only one that had an idea that wasn't dumb.
Yeah.
The only one in the whole movie. Like, I'm serious as a heart attack.
Yeah, no. Oh, no, for sure. This made the most logic.
Even their MacGyver moment where they were blowing up shit, dumb. And I was like, that's it. They just want the girl. And so you want to sacrifice everyone in this room. And Deena gives it more about getting her fucking or cake moist than fucking her brother. So her brother's going to just get murked too. And you're like, okay. So then Kate's like, let's give him up. And then they all start arguing ish, mostly Deena to Kate. And then Kate's like, bro, it's just an idea. Put your booze back in. Calm down, crazy. And Simon, no, doesn't really say anything. I don't think Josh really says anything.
Oh, they just
But
they just kick her out in the hall, and Josh is like staring at his clippings and shit.
yeah, and then all of a sudden he has an epiphany. He was like, "Oh no, this person named C. Berman, they got away. They broke the
Yeah,
curse
there's
or
one rogue
whatever."
clipping that we did not discover or
I was like, "Josh,
discuss
this is your
previously.
job to read all of this."
Yeah,
Like
I was like, you're the worst research assistant ever.
I thought you were the fucking go-to dude. Like you're reciting all this stuff. You're reciting all these killers by like memory of what they did, and I beat her with a table leg in 1940. I'm like, dude, okay. Like
Yeah.
you don't know about the one person I got, you fucking asshole.
So then they're just like, bring her back in the room, and we'll all escape to the woods, back into the stolen ambulance again. And so now our plan is we're going to kill her, wait for them all to go away, and then bring her back to life.
Yeah, we'll use this cocktail this pill cocktail that
Kevin,
someone OD'd with.
it's the dumbest plan and the longest way to kill someone I have ever seen. Like, the kid logic here is just through the fucking roof.
I was like, well, maybe we can electrocute her.
Yeah, I was like, you're in an ambulance. Use the shock paddles. You zap her once, she's gone. She's out, so. Okay? You wait till they all fuck off, you hit her again. And if not, you're in an ambulance. Drive her ass back to the hospital. You know the way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it was really...
Yeah, instead they're just like, okay, we're going to give you this drug cocktail that may take about 3 hours to kill you.
It's got to run through your
lucky.
system. And they were like, here, take this dry, no water. She was like, what?
Yeah. No water. We're not going to have any water. I mean, we're at a fucking grocery store. There's beverages galore.
Just grab, you guys love stealing things.
We're not even going to give you a ginger ale.
You steal guns, steal ambulances. Take a fucking Fiji out of the cooler. It's on me.
Steal the pills. Don't steal water. I swear to God. Simon's like, I swear, one of you fucking touch the water display, I'll lose my fucking shit. Okay? Bottled water's expensive at 94.
And then they get EpiPens, and they're like, "Oh, this is."
Oh no, we got those. Those are play. That's like $4,000 right there. They had.
Yeah, dude. I was like, apparently, insurance in the '90s on EpiPens was very, very, very under control.
Very under control. That's really the downfall. Was right then. Yeah, their plan is okay. Take this drug cocktail that made her brother OD, and you have to take it exactly the same way, and then we'll just stab you with a bunch of EpiPens.
You know, they should have done.
Meanwhile, we're going to make you bleed again and wipe it on all of us so we can be bait. Instead of just, I don't know, actively interfering with them, instead of making ourselves targets. Huh.
Yeah, dude. It made no sense. Like,
yeah.
The best thing, I don't know, you could at least not blow them up, but you could maybe like trap them into like, I don't know, a meat cooler or something.
Yeah, trap them in the freezer. Slow them down.
You don't have to kill them. Then you do your little ritual thing. Slow her heart down. You know what I mean? Do something. Yeah. Don't sit there
and just put her in the fucking freezer, and then just defend the fucking. Just do a tower defense, okay? I'm sure fucking Josh knows what a tower defense game is.
That wasn't existing, but I would just trap the fucking monsters, like,
yeah.
And or not one time they said, hey, if these get captured, they're gonna send more. Like the witch has whatever she has out, that's her fucking starting lineup, and then you can do whatever things. If you want to just knock her in the head and be like, hey, you doing all right? Wake up, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you could do your fucking kid doctor shit.
I just didn't understand why they put the blood on themselves to make themselves targets again.
Just so they can get wrecked, because then...
Yeah, because they're like, okay, now let's all divide. We haven't done that for this entire fucking movie, but let's divide. Let's go, let's all split off now. And I was like, what? Why are we doing that now?
And then they put fucking Kate's head through like a bread cutter and it just slices it like deli
Yeah.
meat. And I was like, well, I don't know if
The
they're
best
that
part of
sharp.
that, yeah, I don't know if they're that sharp, but also she had birthday cake all over her face.
Yeah.
And I was like,
But dude, she got stabbed in
what?
the fucking kidney too, or the fucking side. And I was like, man, you still got a lot of fight in you. This guy needs to either A, learn how to use a knife, because none of
He's like,
these
I was trying to until I got shot in the head.
so terrible at the knife.
He's like, I only
And,
got 8 kills with it before I was killed.
and then all of a sudden, everyone just forgets there's like a bunch of demon monsters coming after you, and Simon's standing there, and he gets axed in the head. I was like, you're a dumbass.
Yeah,
He should
after
have.
defending against Ruby Lane, just miraculously, like he just knew she was be there.
Yeah, and he like stabbed her in the neck, and he got fucking all excited that he was hot shit, and then he gets fucking murked. And I was like, all right. And then fucking internet, he starts running around in circles. I don't know what he's doing. And I was
Meanwhile,
like,
the drug cocktail that takes 3 hours to kick in, Dina's decided, we don't got time for that. I'm going to take this one lone lobster out of the tank, and I'm going to just drown you.
yeah, I was like, dude, wrap
And I
those
was
pills
like,
up in some cheese or peanut butter or something. She's having a time.
I was just like, come on, man. I was like, when she puked, I was like, well, she just puked up half of the drugs. Like, you got to start all over.
I was like,
So
someone just get a pipe and just crack it one time right
I
across.
was like, or you have paddles in that ambulance.
dude, they're not gonna know that, and you don't know what kind of like the voltage on
The
that shit. They're gonna
fucking
blow her heart
internet
up.
should have fucking known that. Okay,
Who
but
knew?
they knew Val Victoria knew the exact drug combination that you could OD someone and then bring them back with EpiPens.
Yeah, man,
So
she
anyway,
sold that, and that was Simon's fucking EpiPen. They're adrenaline. I was like, okay.
so she drowns Sam. Sam sees some more witch stuff, and then she dies, and then they all disappear. So Josh is saved by the hair of his chin. Deena doesn't die. Sam is dead. She pulls her out, and
I'll
instead,
lay there and cry after these bad CPR.
yeah. Well, here's the part again that blew my fucking mind. It's like, well, you killed her by drowning her. Just give her CPR.
Here comes these EpiPens again.
Here comes the EpiPen. She stabs her with 5 different EpiPens. And it's like, come on, wake up, fucker.
I don't
Come on,
think
you
that's how
lazy
those
fuck.
work.
And I was like, that's not how EpiPens work when you've been drowned. You have water in your lungs. You need to clear the water from your lungs. Like, what the fuck is, what are you on right now, dipshit?
Yeah, it's just main character's dumb as fuck.
But lo and behold, she figures out she needs to do CPR. She saves her. And then we got to talk to the police again. Everyone has got the same story. And I did hate this part because he was like, listen.
I hated this part so much.
Well, I like the fact that he said, this is how we're going to release it. We're going to like fucking throw your friends under the bus if you don't come clean and tell us what really fucking happened.
So these two junkies just put their head through a bread slicer and caught a fire out to the dome. What went wrong here? Apparently, other junkies came in and out-junked them.
Yeah, they were radical drug dealers in Shitville.
I was like,
bought the supermarket.
If it was
more
me,
at 11.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna break into this safe because there's nothing matters here. I think the tills
grocery store is the only thing that's making money. I mean, Simon, he's doing all he can. This
still
is the number one store in
and
the
I'm driving away. I'm driving away. I'm leaving this town because everything sucks here and it's stupid. And I'm pretty sure, like, the internet's better somewhere else.
Might just be a little bit faster somewhere else. Somewhere they got an AT&T line.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, and then Deena, who's been the least articulate of any person, any character in this movie, all of a sudden cuts this promo of like just another potential blossoming superstar cut short by the curse of this shithole town and a 15-year-old or a guy who's been working since he was 15. I was like, did we establish how old he is? Is that like 2 years, 1 year? What is he still 15? I don't fucking know. He's in high school.
I didn't care. At this point, I was like, well, why are you trying to give me, anything on these characters that I didn't like and got killed? Like, if there was a struggle and I see, hey, man, they're fighting for their friends. They're fighting for this. There's just, they have this, they're the fucking, stand by me. These motherfuckers love each other so much. They all got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, he works at the fucking Piggly Wiggly. Whatever.
Yeah. And so they just is go with it, and then we go back to the janitor who's for some reason been brought out
He's
and sat
still
in a
being
chair by them.
fucking
Yeah, and I'm
processed.
just like, what the fuck? And he's just like, hey man, help me out. And then Josh is like, oh, I don't want to look at you. He's like, oh, I'm a bad guy because I'm here. He's like,
He
well, you're here
calls him
too.
Urkel.
Oh yeah, he calls him Urkel. He's like, hey Urkel.
Why would you say Urkel? He doesn't. He's not skinny or wear glasses or like.
I
How's
guess he
he?
just smelled nerd. He was just like, oh, fuck, man.
Dude,
You have a masturbation dome at home, don't you? Yeah, you fucking nerd.
dude, and if that, I just was just like, what?
Again, Kevin, it just wanted to remind you every chance it could. 90s, 90s,
Yeah.
90s. Did you forget it was in the 90s? Here, let me play another 90s song for you. I'm surprised they didn't fucking play Zombie by the Cranberries. They were just like, no, it doesn't fit the tone of the movie. I was like, does it? You just couldn't afford it, could you? So he throws a paperclip. No one's around. This fucking kid throws a paperclip like 5 feet away from him.
No, dude, he does the cough throw.
Yeah, even worse.
I was like, dude, now everyone sees what you're doing.
Yeah, I was just like, just
Dummy.
hand it to him. You're 2 feet away. Why did you just throw it further away? And he's like, you did me a solid. He gives him a business card on the way out. And at this point, I'd like to point out.
Please call me.
He's like, you want to shoot some questionable things on the internet? Let me know. And at this point, there are still no parents present.
Yeah.
0. And they are here for the next, like, pretty much interviews after the fact.
So you want to interview my child, underage child, about a murder that happened that they were near with no supervision, no lawyer, no nothing.
No parents. I mean,
Okay.
highly illegal. And then Sam's mom shows up and is like, Sam, what are you doing in the fucking police station?
Do I smell Leslie on your breath? Is this your Leslie girl? You stay away from her.
Have you been eating the beaver? Have you?
I have, Mom. I got a lust for beaver, and it's never gonna go away. This is my girlfriend, and I love her. And I was like, that's the sound I make when we munch.
I'm tired of flicking my own bean, damn it. I want someone to flick mine.
We got a budding love, guys. We'll see you.
And Deena's like, so I'll see you tomorrow. And Sam's like, no, I'll see you tonight. And then they make out in front of the mom. And
the mom allows it. And the mom's like, go ahead and you can bump clams.
She grabs her arm. She's like, I've never. And then that night they're there. And they're hanging out at the very dirty room that Deena keeps. And she's like,
her 90s stuff, her hacky sack.
Oh, yeah, there were so many hacky sacks in that room. You know it. There was a hacky sack in every drawer.
So, every shot had a hacky sack in the background.
Yeah, just to remind you, fucking 90s.
Like through the whole movie, you're just like, Jesus, if I see one more hacky sack.
That was the original subtitle, Fear Street, hacky sack.
Hacky sack edition.
Yeah. And she's like, let me give you this mixtape. And she's just like, oh, shit, mixtape? And then there's the same shitty note that we started our journey with. And she's left it and just been like, I love you, babe. I'll always love you. And it was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is dumb. And they put it on, they're listening to it.
And it's just her breathing real loud. Everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
She's like, it's creepy. I don't like it. She's like, just listen a little bit longer. You'll get it.
Mom, I'm making a tape for my girlfriend.
Yeah, Mom's dead, and you know it.
She's like, well, I pretend that she's there. She's in my heart. Honey, did you run up some stairs before you made this tape? Just get my cardio in, Mom.
The drunk dad could just be heard crushing cans in the background. Dad, you're crushing the cans too loud.
Tell her to stop using my dental floss. She's putting pubes in it. Oh, Dad.
She's just like, this is too real. I don't like it. Turn it off.
She's like, is there more of it? She's like, 6 hours. It's on extended play.
Wait till you get tape B.
What's on the opposite side, you think?
Or the same. But like, I switched to my left hand at that point. She's like, okay, a lot of information to unpack in
or
there.
something?
And then something like, oh, the phone rings or something, I think. And like Josh has pizza. He like ordered pizza.
No, the doorbell.
Oh no, the
rings.
doorbell.
Like, no, Scolamini, he's back. And then he's like, dude, it's just Domino's. Chill, bro.
Yeah. And she's like, you ordered pizza. And I was like, why?
I was like, dude, is he always like bumming money off?
Yeah.
Is he a mooch?
Like,
was that character development? The mooch?
I was like, I didn't assume you guys had money for anything. Like, he's stealing AOL somehow. Don't know how that's possible.
How is that possible? It's not Wi-Fi.
It like hooked up to the nearest neighbor's house or something.
Like, if you had like 15 just discs,
like, that's on the credit card.
I'd been like, all right, maybe.
He's like, I'm not free trial.
I know.
Phone bill, Josh. We got 2 lines.
You know how many emails I got? I was doing it before it was a thing.
I got 3 fucking emails. I'm gonna be here all night answering this shit. So
3 times 10 add 90. Jesus, I'm addicted to the internet. You think this is ever going to be a thing?
I can't sign up for enough newsletters. I'll tell you right now. Whew, addicted. Yeah. So then he just eats pizza and leaves. The phone rings, and it's C. Beamer. No, I don't remember. C. Beamer.
And I see Weeder there. She's like, oh, I get it.
She's like, I see you got out or something. She's like, yeah, we're good. Thanks for your untimely display of fortitude. And you're just like, why are you talking like this all of a sudden, you think?
Yeah.
And she's like, you don't get out. The witch don't let you. And then she gets stabbed with a broken drumstick. And I was like, oh, cool. Game over. Awesome. I mean, you just got stabbed.
Like, no. I'm still here. Don't pick up.
No. Yeah. And so then they go back down to Josh, who's just like, what was he? Oh, he was talking and he's like putting over Kate and Simon on his internet chat.
We met in one day. I had the biggest day ever.
Sir Silence can remain silent no longer. Your blasphemy towards my friends has brought out the worst in me. You're just like, what? Shut up.
I loved them.
And then he's like, they were my friends. Homies to the very end when I watched that guy take an axe in the head for me.
And then a hand touches him and he's like,
Yeah. Well, it also rolls back up at some point for just a moment and he shows them tussling on the floor. And I was like, well, really? We're still alive?
We're still moving.
Yeah. And then, she touches him and then she's somehow hog-tied her with the phone cord.
Oh, it's easy. What you going ahead and need there? You need that 500-footer phone cord in case some of your friends get wily or possessed. You can go ahead and hog tie them up there real good.
She's like, how am I supposed to talk in my room?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, Sam's not feeling like herself.
You know what I would have done, Dustin? I would have stomped her face in because she got the witch. And that's all I know because I've been fighting witch and demons all night. I'm cranked. I'm taking the rest of that drumstick and I'm putting it through her fucking temple. I'm going, roll the credits now. Roll that beautiful bean footage. And then I'd go to my sister.
Just like, we're going to save Sam?
I'd look at my sister and be like, hey, I'm you on your mixtape. In the credits.
She's like, don't make me laugh. My side hurts.
Wonk, 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 wonk. And then it just like Porky Pigs. That's all, folks. Like the screen just. Whoop.
And then we see a preview for the next one. That's like another 5 minutes of movie. And I was like, okay, this condensed movie you just showed me looks okay. Except for you showed me this snake coming out of this fucking snake cage like 9 times. And you showed me that same couple at 2 different angles on the same bed. I was like, I'm pretty sure you just
edit it. It's like, hey.
I'm just doing mirror image on shit. They don't fucking know what they're doing over there. It's like,
listen, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's because Netflix doesn't hire editors that give a fuck. They just let the directors. They just let the directors edit it.
It's done already. Netflix picked it up. This shit was done. They had nothing to do with it. They were like, oh, we'll take it. Since
whoever was supposed to edit it sucked. Okay. Get some fucking editors. Netflix should have hired an editor after picking it up and be like,
Edited by Rachel Gillette Cass. She's like, listen, I take offense to this. Netflix was like, fuck you, Dustin. This shit was cut before. This isn't our shit.
She takes offense, and Netflix. Netflix was like, we take offense because we
like, get off our nuts. We just distributed it, you fuckhead. You act like you know what's going on.
Usual lazy ass editing where we don't edit anything.
Like, this isn't our movie.
It is now.
We distributed it. We didn't cut it. We didn't produce it. We just fucking found this on the road.
Doesn't matter. They bought it. They didn't. They could have. Listen, Kevin. Another studio picks up a movie. You know they're gonna do another edit of it.
You think Netflix is gonna look at this and go, you know what? I really like it, except for that fucking 9 shots of the snake and that. You know what? Fucking no. Trash it.
That's the part I think they added. They were just like, get our editor on this. He was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna mirror some footage." Done. Yeah, the editing sucked. The cinematography sucked.
The presentation was terrible. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's just like, we're so far enough removed from the 90s that you can kind of like go back to them now. But like this kind of showed maybe not everyone's ready for that, or maybe not everyone's good at that for sure, because it's just. Not once did I go, oh, yeah, the 90s. I was kind of like, God, fucking making me feel real embarrassed for the 90s right now.
So it had, tonally, there was moments, and I like light tones of, what was it, American Horror Story, when they kind of did that dated one, the old 80s slasher one. Mm-hmm. I kind of had some of the vibe off of that, except for all the stuff that American Horror Story does that kids shouldn't look at or do. But it had that, like a hint of that, but it was like you said, it's like Wonder Woman 84, where tonally, when it tried to source this time period, it didn't matter. This could have took place at any time. I didn't think it needed to be in 1994. Maybe for your story in the trilogy you're trying to do, okay, fine. But it's so ham-fisted in the beginning, like you said, like it's like, oh, fuck yeah, you remember this? How about this? I think you forgot about the 90s for 2 seconds. Here's another music bed. Here you go. And then we try, and you're like, dude, take a breath, movie. Tell your story. And it almost had this weird comic book camp to it, where like the 2 football teams just getting a fist fight, and we're doing a fucking memorial at a football game. It's just, it almost has this
town
in the wrong town that they just don't correlate. And it has this comic booky ridiculousness to it where you're like, is this supposed to be humorous? How are they playing this? Is this being played for humor kind of? Or
that's the thing, is like the
like
stuff
black comedy
should be funny isn't, and then the stuff that you're just like, well, am I supposed to like laugh at that? It doesn't seem right.
Yeah, like the Simon character having like employee of the month like a dozen times. Like that's,
I took that as he was a different person at work and really hard worker.
No, I took that as is that supposed to be a chuckle, like, oh, sorry, because he's trying to do chuckly things, like, playing with his dick and saying weird things. Like, you're weird, dude. That's not funny. And it's just the characters didn't have a voice. They had no personality. They just had like things they were saying. That was their character is, I sell the drugs to leave the town. I got a girlfriend. I don't want to lose her. And the other girl's like, I think this girl likes me, but she seems to be really mean to me. And now I'm going to be the witch's fucking vessel. I thought the witch was trying to resurrect herself through Sam. And I was like, is that
something? I'm like, yeah, because I was like, why is she so interested in her blood or whatever? Or maybe it's like her bloodline or something. I don't know.
But then, like, the movie was just like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. So I was like, can they kill her or not? And now they're not killing people, but now what? Choose, movie. You don't need 17 different killers. Like, I didn't understand that. Just have it the skull face, and I'm good. Or have it with Sackhead. Choose. I didn't need
like it would. I would have been fine if just like one more. If they had all shown up at the finale, and they're just like, oh shit, it's not just skull face,
Not have all these things, pace it out. And if you want to have Josh Internet tell me, hey, you know what, there was this one girl, and save her for another movie, I'd be like, oh, these are all connected. That's what Internet was talking about in part 2, this killer. And then he can give, like, since it's the first movie, there could be precursors out there. He can just plant little seeds. So when there's a big reveal of the man boy beating somebody in the head with a pipe on the bed, and then I'll be like, wow, now I got to see this dude in action. How do they beat this guy? Whatever. But it's just kind of a dumb clusterfuck, stupid shit. No one's likable. It just this,
Yeah.
there's
I mean,
nothing.
that's the real problem is like Deena is our main character, and she is so hostily unlikable as a just a human being that you're just like, I actively hope you die.
Well,
Like, I'm just
she only
actively
shows
hoping.
one level. Like you said, she's just angry about being dumped.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. And that's just, she has that one volume, just that one level. And then when Sam could possibly be killed or sacrificed to stop the witch, you see her kind of have this compassion kind of come in, but I don't really feel her with that with the brother. She should be protecting her brother with her life, and let's do this for Sam. Hey dude, what do you got, anything to help me protect my girlfriend? And then Deena, you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
she just does one level, and I don't know, like, and I didn't know why Simon was there, like why, I don't know, it just, they
Well,
didn't make sense.
yeah. And to go back to the killers, like, I don't know, it would have been possibly more interesting if they had layered them or at least explained multiple ones. Or like maybe, internet was just like, hey, you know, like if he doesn't kill her, the witch is gonna send another. And then so then you're kind of going back in the timeline. He's like, he's gonna send this guy from
Yeah, man, that'd have been,
Camp Nightwing. And
well,
then when they outlast that guy, she's gonna send another one. And then like Ruby Lane shows up, and you're like, she's gonna send another one. And then like Boy at the Pipe shows up, and you're just like, oh shit, man! Like,
because if you,
it's like
that would
horde mode.
be super perfect, because if you would have had, because it shows the witch and it shows all the names that she's fucking with in her little seance thing.
Yeah, she's
And
still alive, I guess, somewhere. It's like, oh,
yeah, like it's some astral
that seems
plane
like an
shit.
important detail.
But if you would have showed me the killer, like whatever, the Kyle Torres or whatever, the skull face killer dude, if you would have gave me like 5 minutes of him of going, I just can't do this anymore, or Ryan, whatever his name was, Ryan, and he's just like, they make fun of me and stuff, and he tries to change his demeanor by being obnoxious and stuff, but he's just so sad and crippled inside that he turns to the witch or whatever, and the witch is like, do this for me, and you'll be where you want to be. They'll all be scared of you. They won't bully you. Now he's the skullface killer. Cool. But he failed. He's like, oh, you failed me. Now I got to go get Sackhead. Give me like little 5 minutes with the killers, and then the kids are knocking them off. I'd rather have that than them standing around talking to the fucking vending machine and fucking goddamn 8 music beds and a football
Oh,
fight.
so
Like, what the
many.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's
Well,
so much
then the
dumb
witch has
stuff.
like 100 fucking stone tablets with names on it. I was like, oh my
Yeah, like,
God, we're gonna be here forever.
an internet could have told me about each one of them. He could have been like, "Oh no, it's Sackhead. He did this back in the 1930s or some shit. He loves to chop them up. Whatever." And they smoke him, and then, like you said,
77.
there's a big killer at the end, and it's whoever. And then they beat her, break the spell. They think they've won, which always wins, just like fucking C. Murder said, or C. Burnham.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Fuck Fear Street. You wouldn't find me fucking dead on Fear Street.
No, I would, because you'd be dead.
No,
Because
I
everyone
wouldn't.
dies. Everyone
And
dies on Fear
fuck would
Street.
be able to do. I'd be like just fucking them all up.
Just square it up with a fucking pipe boy. You're like, come on, I'm gonna beat your little tiny ass. He's just like, what? What?
Yeah,
You heard me?
I'd fucking Kazuya these mother. I'd take her fucking witch, throw in her volcano and shit.
She's like, how'd you find me? Be like, listen, I saw your shit fuck movies, okay? I'm gonna cut to the chase, all right?
Yeah, I understand. Fear Street's real popular. Everyone loves these little Netflix like horror things. They could be fun to watch, but this is a huge pass for me. It super sucks. I like horror. I usually give horror just way too much. I'm like, all right, it sucks, but I kind of like it. A lot of free passes. I don't really criticize it, but this is just a real bumblefuck of a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I would probably not have started my trilogy here. Like, I kind of get, now that you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, this is why they're going back to 77 after this. But even then, it's still kind of
78.
Yep, 78, whatever.
It'd have been cooler to start
Still
with
kinda tough.
78. If you wanted to do like a start
Yeah,
it
it's like,
with them young, and then you kind of see maybe their kids, they inherit all this thing. Is it like a Freddy Krueger thing where, oh, they're Fear Street kids or whatever? They're all, they can't, this witch has this town on lock and you can't get out. Like, That would have been cool, and then I wouldn't have to read newspaper clippings and forced into all these scenarios about young love and some meat beater and the internet. I could have just had like awesome build, and then the third one could have been in space and shit, like Jason X, stuff like that. I'd been like, this is sick as fuck, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of thought it was going to be. I was like, all right, 90s, that was another big time for horror, and then like, 78, okay, another pretty big era for horror as well. But then it was just like, the third one's like 1666, and I was like, oh, well, can't broke that fucking horror homage there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it would be, I don't know, make more sense. Like the other one, I mean, it just looks like, Friday the 13th and Sleepaway Camp. So we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna probably watch the other one just out of curiosity, but zero hope or expectations after this one, especially since it continues this shitty story. It's like, all right, I guess.
Yeah, it's a hard pass on those two. I'm not gonna watch them. You can just tell me what's up.
I will.
And that's what's up.
People died.
Well, if we didn't kill you and you made it this far, it was Let's Movie. You did it. It's another episode. It was Fear Street 1994. You can check it out on the podcast version that you just experienced and any of your favorite podcast providers. You can tell your friends. You figured that out already. It's on the YouTube a week later. And yeah, Dustin, I'm out of here. What about yourself?
I will leave you with this information. Pretty sure not all those songs were out in 94.